Oh crap. Okay. I thought this was recording, but it's not. Okay, it's recording now. Okay. Uh, the reason why I call this thing called "There's Something Fishy in the Quran," excuse me, "There's Something Fishy in the Hadith," is because I found something in the Hadith that has Muhammad believing that the Earth is spread out flat on top of a giant fish, and the reason why you have earthquakes is because the fish wiggles its tail, and you think, oh, that's the crazy Hadith, you know. That's Muhammad really didn't say that. But then I found out where there's sahih involved. In other words, it is sound hadith, authentic hadith. And if you don't want to sit through this video, you can type into your web browser "The Quran and the Shape of the Earth" by Sam Shamoon. And as far as I can tell, I've never seen Sam Shamoon lie. I've seen his stuff before. He seems very knowledgeable about Islam. But anyway, when I am reading this to you, I'd like you to check it out. Check out the Quran, check out the Hadith, and see where you think he's lying. Okay, and we'll discuss it. Okay, in comment form when it's in video form. Okay, so here's how it goes. Okay, the Quran teaches that Allah made the earth a bed or a carpet which he spread out and placed on the mountains as pegs to keep it stable. Allah also made the heavens as a roof, a dome to cover the earth. The Quran further presumes that the earth is stationary, remaining in a fixed position, not moving, which is very medieval to believe. Okay, throughout the paper we will quote the Quran verses and, when necessary, the interpretation of renowned Muslim commentator Ibn Kathir. For the most part, we will be using the English edition of Ibn Kathir that was translated by a group of scholars under the supervision of Sheikh Safur Rahman al-Mubarak Puri, which can be accessed online at www.tafsir.com. Okay. But at times, we may switch to a different English translation of Ibn Kathir, which will indicate within parentheses. Furthermore, all bold, underlined, and or capital emphases found throughout this article will be from us unless stated otherwise. Okay, now Quran 2, verse 22. Quote, "Who made the earth as a bed for you, and the heaven a roof, and caused the water blah blah blah." Okay, commentary. Quote, "Who has made the earth as flat and comfortable as a bed, and placed upon it mountains staying firm." That's Tafsir Ibn Kathir, Part 1, Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayat 1 to 141, abridged Sheikh Muhammad Nasib Al-Rafia Al-Firdaus, Ltd, London, 1998, second edition, pages 79 through 80. Okay, the online version reads, quote, "He made the earth a resting place for them, just like the bed, stable with the firm mountains." In other words, they changed it in such a way to make it sound not so medieval. "And the sky as a canopy," meaning a ceiling, not just a roof, but a ceiling. Okay, now Quran 13:3 says, "And he," that's Allah. Sometimes Allah is writing. It sounds like when if you read the Quran, sometimes it sounds like Allah wrote the Quran, and sometimes it sounds like Muhammad is talking about Allah and writing the Quran for Allah. But this time, right now, it sounds like Muhammad wrote the Quran because it says, "And he, Allah, is it is who hath outstretched the earth and placed on it the firm mountains." Yeah, and placed on it the firm mountains. Yeah. Okay, commentary, because it goes on, "and the rivers and the fruit and all that stuff." Allah mentions his perfect ability and infinite authority, since it is he who has raised the heavens without pillars by his permission and order. He, that's Allah, by his leave, not their leave, even though it seems to me if Allah is showing respect to himself by calling himself we, our, and us, it seems to me we should show respect to Allah by calling them they, their, and us. They, their, them, they, and their. Okay, but anyway, he, by his leave, order, and power, has elevated the heavens high above the earth, distant and far away from from reach. the nearest the heaven nearest to the present world encompasses the earth from all directions, and is also high above it from every direction. The distance between the first heaven and the earth is 500 years from every direction. In other words, it takes 500 years, either through space travel or camel, to go from one earth to the other. Yeah, a distance from first heaven and the earth is 500 years from every direction, and its thickness is also 500 years. So it's like a big block from the earth to the first heaven, and it takes 500 years to get from here to here, either in light years or by camel. Doesn't mention. Okay. The second heaven surrounds the first heaven from every direction, encompassing everything that the latter carries with a thickness also of 500 years, and the distance between them of 500 years. The same is also about the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh heavens. Now, is it by snail travel, camel travel, horse travel, or warp engine travel? We don't know, but it says 500 years. Okay, it's not clear, but hey. Okay. Without any pillars that you can see, meaning there are pillars, but you cannot see them, according to Ibn Abbas, Mujahid, Al-Hassan, Qatada, and several other scholars. Iyas bin Muawiyah said, quote, "The heaven is like a dome over the earth," meaning without pillars. And then there's a source. In case you don't want to see this video, you can go to what I talked about, which is by Sam Shamoon, and it's called The Quran and the Shape of the Earth. Type that in your web browser, and you can see the sources. All right. Quran 15:19 says, "And the earth have we," that's Allah. Even though shirk is the worst of sins, he calls himself, by showing respect to himself, like an earthly king, by calling himself we, according to Muslims. And we have spread out. Yeah, and the earth have we spread out. And then blah, blah, blah. We are told in Tafsir al-Jalalain says that, "And the earth we have stretched it out, spread it flat, and cast therein for mountains, lest it should sway beneath its inhabitants." Okay. In other words, then there's Quran 16:15 says, "And he," Allah, "has set up on the mountains standing firm, lest it," the earth, "should shake with you." In other words, again, the mountains are to keep the earth from shaking, according to the Quran. Commentary. Then Allah mentions the earth and how he placed in it mountains standing firm, which make it stable to keep it from shaking in such a manner that such a manner that the creatures dwelling on it would not be able to live. Hence Allah says, okay, quote, "And the mountains he has fixed firmly." That's Quran 79:32. Quran 53 says, "Since he is the one," for some reason, sometimes it sounds like the Quran is written by Muhammad, and sometimes it sounds like Allah is writing it. But right now it sounds like Muhammad wrote this, because it says, "Since he," Allah, "is the one," big O, quote, "who has laid out the earth as a carpet for you," in other words, flat, "and traced highways," blah, blah, blah. Okay, now this really sounds medieval. This is according to this Quran 22:65. So if you got your Quran ready, check this out and see if this makes sense to you. Okay. "Do you not see that Allah has made subservient to you whatever is in the earth and the ships running in the sea by his command? And he," Allah, "withholds the heaven from falling on the earth." In other words, Allah is keeping that ceiling of stars from falling on the earth. Very medieval sounding, except with his permission, mostly sure. In other words, if it's only permitted that Allah has the stars and the ceiling over the earth, the canopy, that's 500 years away, 500 years travel to, from collapsing. It's all that keeps the ceiling from falling on us. Okay. Commentary. "He withholds the heaven from falling on the earth except by his leave. If he will," that's all, if Allah willed, "he could give the sky permission to fall on the earth, and whosoever is in it would be killed. But by his kindness, mercy, and power, he withholds the heaven from falling on the earth, except by his leave. And then there's a source permitted. Okay, certainly it is Allah, the Creator, who put everything in place to function well. And he also is the sustainer who upholds the continuing existence of the world. However, the above formulation presupposes that the sky above us is something heavy and hard, which could cause serious damage, even kill people if it were to fall down. That certainly doesn't sound scientific. Anyway, I think I'll end it here, but I will begin part 2 coming up about how the earth is flat and on a giant fish that when it shakes its tail, earthquakes. All right. Oh, something? There's still some minutes here, so I think I'll continue here. Okay. I'll continue here. All right. No, I better quit here. Bye.